Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hello Harem Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Luby, and I'm joined, as always, by the horniest of homies to sail the seven seas, Mr. Jonathan Semrau, Anthony Luby, Luke Farnsworth, and today we finally have our special guest, the Bass Master himself, the untrout catcher, Cone.
Thank you.
With us today, Kyle Barbuto.
I do want to say I'm not very horny, though. Is that going to be an issue?
It might be later.
The lack of response kind of shows
later
the
in the episode.
I'll leave now if you want.
No, because I need some confirmation on something.
All right.
We'll get this going. We'll start with the fishing.
Oh, God, you're putting me on the spot right now.
Yeah, so I don't even know how many years ago it was. We're out on the lake in the boat on Sippo.
Classic.
Cruising along. And we're doing some catching. It's been a pretty good day. And we're out literally in the middle of the lake. And Kyle goes, I'm going to catch the rogue.
Ah, the rogue.
So he casts out pretty far. And he catches this big fucking catfish in the middle of the goddamn lake.
I can't explain it. I just have a sense for these things. They call me the fish finder because I find the fish.
If you know anything about catfish, they like to lurk at the bottom of the lake.
What do you call those?
Call what? Catfish? I call them catfish.
The kinds of fish that lurk at the bottom of the lake.
Bottom feeders, brother.
Thank you. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them and the snails, I tell you what.
Oh, there's
always feeding off the bottom.
No way there's snails.
No, it was, because I remember that day, we were all kind of in shock.
Yeah,
and
we gave him shit. We're like, you're not going to catch anything.
And then
That's
everyone
right.
tried to catch the rogue. But the interesting thing about the rogue is, Kyle, do you remember your setup for catching the rogue?
No.
It was a bobber and a hook.
Was it really?
It was an ant.
It was a bobber and a fucking ant. I mean, I remember your depth was like 4 feet, which is...
In the middle of the lake,
water
that's
was
not
a lot.
doing shit.
The
mean,
water
how-
was a lot deeper than.
I mean, how deep
that.
is Sippo Lake, do you think? Like,
Too damn deep.
Not 4
Really?
feet. Well,
I
much
mean,
bigger than 4
you've
feet.
got like probably 10 feet of water and then like another dozen feet of trash below the water.
and then the catfish look below the trash.
Yeah, that's what we call it, the super bottom feeders. They feed off what the bottom feeders shit.
They're stronger.
That's intense.
Bottom feeder shit gold.
The
That's
super
right.
bottom feeders are stronger than the rest.
Yeah, they're living off toxic trash and bottom feeder shit.
That's where
yeah.
the snakehead lurks.
I'm surprised you haven't caught more fish with like horrible defects. Have you?
Yeah. Well, everything in Sippo is pretty messed up, whether you can tell or not.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, we used to catch like bluegill and shiners with like weird warts.
Yeah,
on
they'd
their
have
face.
like that red like tumor-looking thing
Yeah,
sticking
like
off
a
them.
lot of fish
Yeah.
had that at Sippo.
That doesn't happen at most other lakes, at least not that I've seen.
Sippo's like the breeding ground for
Fish AIDS.
Disease. Yeah.
Fish
We need to have a
AIDS.
good old catch and cook out of Sippo.
I don't want to eat anything.
Dude,
Sippo.
we would get radiation poisoning.
That's right.
There's lead in those fish.
Oh, yeah.
Like
There's
lots
more than
of
lead.
That's like fishing by the PPG by my house.
Damn
They
right.
just dump shit in that fucking water.
But is it full of fish?
It might be. They might all have died. The strong might have survived.
Oh, those are the ones you want to eat.
Yeah. The ones that'll turn you into fish, man. That's the ones that you'll get out of that fucking lake.
That's how the Loveland Frogman came to be.
Well, I mean, while we're on the topic
Yeah,
of
my ass.
Sippo Lake, real quick, it's just popped into my head. Didn't they have a cryptid monster fish
Yeah.
story
What
at
was his
Sippo?
name?
Yeah, you can find it on Reddit.
Fuck, what's his
It's
name?
called the
Cone?
like Sippo.
Sippy? I think it is Sippy.
It was what was
Because
it
it was supposed to be
be?
Nessie. Like,
Wasn't it like a big fish?
Yeah, it's like a
big
long,
sturgeon.
and it's kind of transparent too.
This is real though. It's real.
Alex, I don't know. I think that was like a shitty no sleep story.
But like, what if?
We're not.
That's
gonna
why
play
I've
into
made it
the-
my life's mission to catch Sippy. I will.
okay.
Eyewitness description of sippy creature at
knew it.
Sippo
I knew
Lake.
it.
Oh my god, it's actually there.
Is it see-through? Was I right?
I don't know. I'm not watching this video. It's very terribly edited.
I think it's a long lad that you can kind of see through.
Cone,
It's really badly edited.
so, Cone, one of the last times I saw you, we took an adventure to Culver's, and after Culver's, yeah, that was a fucked up day. But after Culver's, we went to the park.
Yeah.
And we sat there, and we ended up talking for a while. We ended up talking about that you wanted to become an eco-terrorist by releasing a freshwater dolphin into Sippo.
That's not true. That never happened.
Do you know what I
He's
found
lying.
out? Actually,
That's it. That's the story.
I found that it's a shitty no sleep story.
And you
No sleep stories are real, though.
Do you know what I've actually learned this week?
Huh?
Squirrels were put in parks. They didn't naturally go there.
Bullshit.
No, it's real.
What?
Back in like 1830s or something, people would put squirrels in parks, in like state parks, because they wanted entertainment from the parks. So in an alternate universe, we could have had kangaroos in all of our parks.
Oh, that's fucked up. They can put squirrels in the parks, but I'm an eco-terrorist for wanting to put the dolphins in Sippo.
I
That's
remember
just a
you,
little fucked up.
you said you're like, I want to put a freshwater dolphin in Sippo, and I was like, how big are those? And how big do you think?
I don't know how big they are.
You told me you're like, oh, they're
if
like
you look them
4
up
feet
on
or something.
Live Aquatica, I think is that website you can buy
Yeah.
fish. They come in various different sizes.
Live Aquaria?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, and they're fucking spooky looking.
Yeah,
too.
it's just a matter of getting something from outside of Sippo to survive more than a couple seconds in
Yeah.
Sippo is going to be the biggest challenge.
You remember?
What if we put a bull shark in Sippo? Like a couple of them.
Dude, we should put like some funny shit in Sippo. And then 20 years from now, Sippo will be cool.
alligator gar, arapaima,
I'm pretty
arowana.
sure. I think gars have been seen in Sippo.
That's
There's
fucking-
like a
that's
list
gnarly.
online. There's Oscars, there's gar, there's beavers, there's all kinds of crazy shit.
I
in
definitely,
Sippo.
I believe Oscars.
I believe Oscars.
How many betas do you think we could throw into Sippo Lake until they just decide they wanted to kill everything?
a couple 100,000. So one PetSmart's worth.
Yeah, one Walmart.
Wait, are betas freshwater?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, so we could just put betas in Sippo?
Yeah.
There's no way
Well-
they'd live, but like technically, yeah.
If they
What if
can
I-
survive in those little cups, they can probably survive Sippo.
They can probably survive Sippo.
Yeah, they're-
At least long enough to kill something.
What if I
Right.
took like 300 beta fish and just dumped them in Sippo?
They'd probably,
You would ruin the ecology
There'd
of
be
Sippo.
300 dead beta fish floating by the
Yeah.
boat launch.
Yeah.
I think they would get eaten.
With probably 300 other fish
can you
that also
imagine the
died.
fucking like it's like 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, and then they just see like my Xterra backing up to the fucking boat launch, and then a ranger's like pointing a
You just
flashlight.
hear the ranger like, no,
He
no, no.
sees me get out, pop the back hatch, and get a big tub out. He's like, "What do you got there?"
What the hell you think you're doing?
Oh, nothing, and you just start pouring.
No, you get a pickup truck and you just open the back hatch of the pickup truck and they just whoosh right in. Just
Like
hundreds, if
1,000
not
of them.
thousands of fish.
Like a couple hundred die.
Most
on
of
the
them,
cement.
most of them are already dead before
They
they,
don't
go
even
in.
make it to the water because you parked too far away.
Kyle, do you remember? What was that pet
It's like
store?
when turtles hatch, but with fish.
We should just put saltwater fish in there and see what happens.
Do you guys
They
remember that?
die.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember that video that was like on the line a bit ago? It was some girl being like, "I found a turtle," and she's like, she got this turtle, and she's like, "Oh," and like he was crawling towards the water. She's like, "I gotta get him to the water," so she takes him and fucking
Just yeets
like
him. Yeah.
like
Throws
frisbee
him.
him, and then like she made a response video. It's just her crying, and all the comments were, "That was a tortoise. That was a tortoise. That was a tortoise. They can't swim.
Well, it's not that.
They can't swim."
Didn't she throw it like 40 feet down? So it hit the water and just.
She was on the beach. She threw it.
Oh, we're thinking of
like,
different videos
out.
then.
And so like it went like 15, 20 feet out into the water and hit the water, but it was a tortoise, so it just
Man.
drowned.
That thing probably
She's
had
like-
another couple hundred years of life left in him.
Yeah.
She's
what
like, "I
a-
Much
saved a
live forever.
turtle." She killed it.
Turtle
Wait,
murder.
Cone, what was the
Tortoise.
video that you're talking about?
I saw one where there was a turtle in the road and they pick it up and throw it in the water, but they threw it like off a bridge, like a good 40, 50 feet. And it hit the water so hard.
Probably sound like a. You don't need 5-star someone real good.
Yeah.
People really
that.
think turtles just live things. They
They're like,
don't.
"Oh, it's got a shell."
It's indestructible.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to pay rent. It lives in itself, so.
That is true.
I think I've told this story before about turtles being indestructible, but so my girlfriend's grandpa has a turtle, and he has had this turtle since like the mid 90s.
It's a good relationship.
So he got this turtle. He was out getting the mail one day. He was walking out like up his driveway, and he saw a turtle that had been recently run over by a car in the middle of the road.
Uh-oh.
And its shell was like fucking split a couple ways.
Yeah.
And so he was like, "Oh, that's a shame." And then he saw it like kind of moving a little, and he's like, "Okay." So So he did what anybody would do. He picked it up and took it inside and super glued its shell back together.
Wow.
He took super glue, put it all over it, and then wrapped it real tight and duct tape to hold it all together.
Like in SpongeBob, remember when Gary gets a new shell and he looks all decrepit and fucked
It's
when
just like
he's out of
that.
the shell?
So he got this turtle and he brings it inside and he like puts it in a cage and he's like nursing it with like lettuce and tomatoes for a while, and eventually the shell does close back up.
No shit.
So after he does that, he's had to nurse this thing for like a couple months, and he's like, well, I'm kind of attached to it now. So instead of releasing it, he just took it out of the cage and set it on his floor and just let it go. And it still lives at his house.
I'm picturing like a big, like 400-pound tortoise.
It's like
that just hangs out.
I
with him.
actually met it the last time I was there. His name is Oscar. He is this big. Since he lives in a house, if you walk around by all the vents of his house, he has little like tinfoil trays that he has like vegetables and water in, like all over the fucking house.
That's awesome.
And so he's like, I got a free range turtle. And then if you find Oscar, his beak is like crazy fucking long because he never has a chance to file it down because he just eats vegetables off the floor and he's never been taken to the vet.
Huh.
What? Don't turtles shit?
Yeah.
Yes, Anthony,
And if
they
you're
do.
if you're wondering the same thing I was wondering, no, he is not potty trained.
I was hoping he'd just go out to the toilet and do his business.
Oscar, no,
He did.
He
climbs the
Her
toilet.
grandpa used to have this like shag carpet, and so Oscar was just shitting all over that.
Nice.
And then so he changed out the carpet in his house just to tile.
This damn
That's good
turtle.
shit.
Yeah, I'll have Autumn send me a picture of Oscar. He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I'd
looking.
like to see Oscar too.
He's fucking crazy looking. Yeah, I'll find a picture. But
Oscar
that's-
sounds like
yeah.
he vibes.
You
But yeah,
remember
that's a
Doves.
turtle surviving anything story.
Can you remember that pet store, Whiskers, Wings, and Wild Things?
Of course.
Where there's it's
How
still
could I
open.
They
forget?
have the bathtub with the alligator in it.
No, they
that
have
was-
they have
Wasn't
a
that, wasn't
puppy
that
mill.
just what was that one downtown called like Dreams or something?
Aquatic Dreams?
Aquatic
We
Dreams.
call it Aquatic Nightmare.
They had that badass axolotl though
Yeah,
that
they
they
did.
called
They
the
did.
Japanese walking dragon or some
Yeah.
shit, but it was just an
Yeah.
I had
axolotl.
it for like $80.
I love axolotls.
Dude, so do I.
They are
They're
so
cute,
cute.
Yeah, but they don't do shit in the tank. They
I don't give a
just
shit.
float.
No, there's that pet store in Alliance that had the caiman.
Yeah, they did have the caiman.
Yeah, I forget what that one was called.
Oh, it's on Main Street.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know.
up in
can't-
Alliance.
Pet Connection.
Yes.
Pet Connection.
Yeah.
That's right.
But what I'm getting at is Whiskers Wings, aside from the puppy mill that they run out back, is they had a dolphin there.
Yeah.
A freshwater dolphin.
That's where I got the idea because
It
I
was
wondered
like,
how big they got. Because I was trying to get you to buy it.
Yeah, I remember.
I was like trying to pressure you into buying the
it
freshwater
was
dolphin.
like 5 or 6 inches long, and it has this very tubular nose.
Yeah,
It
it's like a
extends very
weird,
far.
like fucked up shape.
Yeah.
it didn't look healthy.
It was like
like
bluish,
a aquatic anteater.
Yeah,
low key,
almost.
but with fins.
Aren't they white?
No,
too?
it was like a bluish, I think.
Oh, I figured that there's this one dolphin that's like a white color, and it looks like dirty white. You know what I mean? Like
No.
like a piece of paper. You say your hand's covered in like pencil lead or something, and you just tap at the paper.
Beluga whale.
Those are
No,
like
beluga
white,
whales are really cool. This thing is
and their
ugly.
heads are really squishy.
Yeah, this thing's really
Because
ugly.
they're filled with water.
You know what's also really ugly? Pink dolphins.
Pink dolphins.
Yeah, in the Amazon, they have pink dolphins.
Interesting.
Ugliest motherfuckers I've ever seen, dude.
They look mean.
They I think they
Oh,
are.
they have the
mean.
sharp teeth.
Yeah, really sharp.
I think regular bottlenose have sharp teeth too.
I think
Just not as
anything
big.
you find in the Amazon is going to have sharp teeth and look really
Have
mean.
you guys seen the video of the beluga whale where the trainer
my
walks up to it
presence.
and it like pops out and she feeds it a fish and then just starts doing this on its head and its head's all like.
We're good.
Okay. Well, how much? How much?
This is the behind the scenes shit.
You want-
They're checking times and
What
stuff.
are we at?
7 minutes
We're
left.
at 7 minutes left, guys.
13 minutes, 30
13
seconds.
minutes.
Okay.
13 minutes, 30 seconds.
I just wanted to know before we get into anything else because
yeah.
I
he
saw
wanted
this.
to know. He wanted to know.
Fuck off, Kyle.
Penis, 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 poo poo.
This today I learned. I saw yesterday. I sent it to Kyle last night, but it was interesting. Remember the show River Monsters?
I was
Yeah.
about to say that same thing.
So it's not in the air anymore because Jeremy Wade, the guy who was the host of the show, caught all of the fish, and there's like no more urban legends for him to catch.
What?
Motherfucker
Yeah.
outfished legends.
What?
He's clearly never been to Sippo because that's still not solved.
He's gotta catch Sippy.
Are you
Dude,
shit?
what if he
Wait,
did?
like
No,
he like
seriously.
he
Yeah.
caught all the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was
He
no
did it.
more episodes for him to make because he did everything. He caught every single river
How many
monster.
years was that show on the air?
Quite a few.
Enough.
And I loved River
Yeah, that
Monster.
show was excellent.
Fish on.
Jeremy Wade is a beast. An absolute unit.
Yeah, and not just like his fisherman skills. This dude went into the like deepest, darkest depths of the Amazon rainforest
Go
just
catch
to catch
fucking
like
fish.
a fucking arapaima or sturgeon.
To do a catch and release.
Exactly. Like
Well,
this.
it was more so a catch, fondle, and release.
As they should all be.
Yeah,
Right.
any good angler knows to fondle.
It's
a fish
like that
before
show
you put
with
it back
the.
in the water.
Remember that show with the gators, with the guy who would make out with the gator before he like
I
did away with it?
No, I
Low
actually
key.
wasn't it the Gator Hunters or something?
Gator
Gator
Brothers or
Boys?
something?
Gator Boys.
Gator Boys.
Gator
No, it was
Boys.
wasn't it Swamp People?
Swamp people. They did not make
No.
out.
They don't
with the
make
gators.
out. They just shoot 'em.
In Gator
just kill
Boys,
'em.
the fucking wouldn't he like tape their mouth,
Yeah,
wrestle them,
and he
then,
didn't
like,
wear
kiss,
shoes.
and kiss them, and then let them go or something?
Yeah, and he didn't wear shoes.
Yeah.
I think that needs to be.
I don't know. Like, yeah, he did get a little too.
Yeah, no, he was fucking gators.
He kissed them a lot.
He was fucking the gators.
He was
There's
like,
no
"Oh,
way around it.
you're all baby," like let it go.
Take off your pants.
Gently
gators.
licks it from tail to mouth.
Oh,
That's like 10,
Belly side.
That's like 10 to 12 feet of one tongue stroke.
Yeah.
That's
Pretty
impressive.
rigid.
That's long. What?
That's rigid. Gators are rough.
No, if he does the bottom side.
That's where, I mean, if that is what he's into, I guess. So
Wow.
anyway.
he was
So-
making out with gators.
I mean, wouldn't you?
No.
Have you seen them?
Yeah.
I'd make out with a gator.
Dude,
A
these
dude
those
at
rascals are.
a dude at I think it's St. Pete's had a gator.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Alligator.
A little gator.
I bet it was a fucking caiman. I bet he was full
Probably
of
was a
shit.
caiman.
I bet.
Asshole. I keep looking at the camera and I'm gonna start just like winking at it to make
That's
whoever
fine.
watches at that angle a little uncomfortable.
Well, the only angle because that camera's SD card was like
Is this one working?
no.
No.
It's not even.
Oh,
The
so
camera's
it's
fine.
that the whole time.
Yeah, the SD
Oh,
card was
boy.
like, "Hey, there's no footage, no more footage." I'm like, "But everything's off the card." It's like, "Nope, no more."
real
Uh-huh.
professional guys.
So
Real
before the
fucking
first
professional.
break, I was cleaning my room since I'm packed up and almost fully done, and I found some presents to give you guys.
Oh God.
So for Kyle, I have Dare to Dream.
What is?
hell?
Hold on. Before you hand the rest out, what are these things?
These are just, if you
items.
want honesty, you can find out when you open up the first tab of what I give you.
What is
Great quotations.
I don't know what that is. That I found, and I was like, that'd be really funny
Can
to
you
give
read
to
us some
someone.
literature
Yeah,
from
I'll-
Dare to Dream? Just maybe.
I think it's
one
just a
page?
book of quotes. Sorry, I'll pick a random one.
All right, and then interpret it.
The principle of life is that life responds by corresponding. Your life becomes the thing you've decided it shall be. Raymond Charles Barker.
That's some fortune. That's some fortune cookie shit.
Can you? Holy fuck! You should just start carrying that around with you.
Like a pocketbook.
Yes, and then at random points in conversation, pull it out,
Yeah.
say a quote, and then quote whoever said it, and then put it away. On the
You
couch.
should do that every time you like go to like the grocery store or like you check out somewhere. Like, all right,
Yeah.
that'll be $6.82. All right, have a good day.
This reminds
Your
me of
life.
a quote, real quick. Give me a sec.
Yeah, put your say lick your finger.
Faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward for this faith is to see what you believe. St. Augustine. Have a good day.
Put it away and leave.
That's gold right there.
I'll just start, instead of leaving tips at restaurants, I'll just read them a quote out of here.
Oh my
I'm
god!
gonna leave you with something better than monetary money.
A life lesson.
Enlightenment.
For Tippy, I have Muncha Muncha Muncha.
God
nice
damn
job,
it.
dude.
The book.
Not the book.
What is Munch Up? Candace Fleming.
The reason I give it to you is if you look on the back real fast, and at the very top, it says Tippy.
Tippy Pat. Oh, that is
So I gave
big.
that to Tippy. And if you look on the very front of the cover, the back side of the front of the cover, like flip it open and look at that, it's a Cheerios book.
Muncha.
There's a very big theme with what I'm giving you guys.
It's all cereal prizes.
Dude, there's so much Tippy in here. Like Tippy.
Oh,
Pat.
he's entertained for the month.
For Thorpe, I have I'm a Manatee.
Oh, come on.
Is it a Cheerios book? Come on.
Man, the manatee's
They're all-
growing mom.
these all-
Open the cover.
The book compliments of Cheerios. Oh, here's the author.
John.
I don't
He
know the
looks like
author.
Steve Buscemi almost.
Where's my author?
From time to time, I dream that I'm a manatee,
Yo, this dude,
undulating underneath the sea.
You know, this is a lot more entertaining than I thought it would be. And for,
Putting it in the monster.
and for Jay, The relatives came.
A story by Cynthia Ryland, illustrated by Stephen Gamble.
A true story about Luke's uncle.
The relatives came. What the fuck is this?
I got a Cheerios book now.
Yeah.
Dude, that looks like
A Little Nightmares.
that
What the
illustrator.
hell?
That illustrator looks exactly like the one from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
This comes with
Yes, it
songs.
is.
Oh my god.
This comes with songs.
Holy shit.
We
Yeah,
go,
dude.
guys. Dollface should do a cover of "I'm a Manatee."
Oh my god.
Thank you, Luke. These were enlightening gifts.
Yeah, this
You're
is
amazing.
welcome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I was going through and I was like, wait, these are fucking cereal books. And I remembered how cereal brands used to actually give you prizes in the box.
This is
And
a
now
hell-
they
hell of a
don't.
Prize.
You know, it's a prize that a kid would definitely be entertained by.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck yeah! If I was a kid, I'd be like, "Oh shit, the relatives came."
Oh, dude,
Fuck
munch-
yeah, I've always wanted to be a manatee.
Muncha, muncha, muncha.
Tippy, tippy, tippy.
And I don't know where that book
just
came
make
from
bunny
at all.
noises.
Dude, I should call the here, let me give the publisher a call real quick. Ask if they have any newer editions. This is
Wait,
I wonder
2006.
how many years.
Wait,
Oh,
on
it's
air?
2006?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm calling.
Tippy, would you like to try the moonshine?
We'll do that after.
Okay.
He's gonna get it busy
I want to
too.
give like a synopsis on
He's
it.
going to get this publisher's out of
And then,
business.
just so you guys know, I did bring Andy a book. It's called Duck for President.
Excellent.
It
Andy
is
will
also
love that. He's a very
a Cheerios book.
Man, where'd you get all the Cheerios books?
I liked Cheerios as a kid, and when they did like this,
Like, were those
Shitty
like,
event.
were they mail-in things, or was
no,
it like
these
buy
were
a
in
box
box.
of cereal?
Yeah, these
That's
were in
awesome.
the box.
That's when cereal used to give you good stuff.
That's why I said like these were in the box prizes. You
I
don't
bought-
get those anymore.
I bought cereal before because they had Pokemon cards in them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
that's
remember
cool.
that. I remember that.
I remember that
An
too.
expensive fucking card in there.
Do you guys remember back?
Like a
in-
Rolex.
I don't think they ever.
One lucky customer gets a Rolex.
Do you remember when Pringles did that one thing where they were like, "Oh, if you buy Pringles and enter the code on the back of the can, we might send you a speaker that you can put in your empty Pringles can."
Yeah, I
Do you remember that? I entered in that like 8 times.
The only thing I ever did was buy Mountain Dew and use the code for double XP. in
Damn
Modern Warfare
right.
2.
Yeah.
All right, let's give them a call.
All right.
I hope they answer.
Let's take us into our break. Oh, this is something publishing.
It's after business hours.
Yeah, they're close as fuck.
Leave a
Man.
voicemail call.
I will.
This is totally a company that doesn't exist anymore.
And when are these from? Like early 2000s?
That's
2006.
The number you have reached has been disconnected.
No,
I called it.
man.
That's what I
I
figured.
was gonna give him some inspiration.
Who's the publisher?
Let's see.
Publisher Clearinghouse.
Great Quotations Incorporated from Woodridge, Illinois.
Yo, that's like a one-hit wonder right there.
Yeah, that's
this
definitely a
is-
one-hit
this is-
wonder.
Yeah, they made this and then
They,
did.
they made their millions and then they
Millions.
Millions my
They
ass.
made millions up Dare to Dream.
hell yeah.
Everybody's got one in their car.
I have no clue where that came from.
Here's the forward. This book is dedicated to our friends in the financial aid community. You are the gatekeepers of the American dream. It's because of you that kids get to go to college and get an education. Dream, achieve, become. That's Ed America's slogan and also our corporate philosophy. Thanks for your friendship and partnership in education. Tony Holland, Chairman and CEO.
Thanks, Tony.
And
Thanks,
Tony's
Tony.
probably chilling on his like 30-foot mega yacht.
Tony's high as shit on Percocet right now.
Yeah, he is.
In his
Tony's
Florida, in his-
overdosing in a bathtub.
in his Florida retirement shack.
Rip Tony.
R.I.P. a man.
All right, we're at about the beer break. So
Beer break.
yeah, we call them beer breaks. We don't actually drink beer.
Isn't this an anime podcast? I meant to ask.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it actually or is it not?
Actually, yeah, I have been thinking about this, and I'm going to give you a recommendation. for
Okay.
An anime.
Are we doing that after the break?
I know
can
what
do
you're
that
gonna
after. You
recommend.
know
him,
exactly
you
what I'm
fucking
gonna-
dirty bastard.
I'm recommending something different.
He's
All
gonna.
right, well, let's take a break. And we'll get right back to it.
All right, Luke, hit us.
Muncha, muncha,
Hit
muncha.
us with the anime of the week.
So this week's anime of the week is Tanaka-kun is always listless. I didn't have a fucking deal because I've been packing my shit all week. Couldn't think of
Would
one.
your deal be about U-Haul?
This show has nothing to do with you all.
Like just
The show has nothing to do with fishing. That door's open, by the way. Your sound's gonna be a little echoey.
That's
That's
fine.
okay.
We're coming
Okay.
into these condensers.
$3 U-Haul. There you go.
Yeah, that
That's a
works.
cheap fucking U-Haul.
Fuck you, Haul. I fucking
Wait,
hate
I got a
U-Hauls.
deal I can throw out.
Yeah.
If that's a thing.
You
Yeah,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
So Uber Eats, when I don't use it for a while, they send me 15 off 25. Sent me 3 of them.
Holy shit.
So 45 off 25 for
75.
U-Haul.
There we go. Full circle.
There we go. So there you go. Your purchase of your $20 U-Haul is now free.
All right,
They
Luke,
give
tell
you
us
money.
why Tanaka-kun is listless.
So this is a show about Tanaka-kun, and he is listless. That's all you really need to know. He's very lazy, laid back, sleepy, tired, doesn't like to do things, and he likes to keep it that way in his life.
I relate.
Yeah.
So his best friend Ota-kun literally carries him around because he's too lazy to walk, and the man just wants to sleep. That's all he really wants to do every episode is sleep.
Not gonna
And
lie,
people-
it sounds like Tanaka has a disability.
No, he's actually just fucking lazy. It's not a disability. He's just a fucking lazy asshole.
All right.
Imagine Sleepy Princess, but a dude, and instead of her going around a demon castle, she just slept all the time, actually.
So really boring, and the fact that it's a guy makes me less interested.
Why is there a private number coming?
Speaking
Not
of private
answering
number,
you
remind me
yet.
to tell a story at some point.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's just really, it's a comedy show, and it's just him trying to be sleepy and people getting in his fucking way, pissing him off.
I've seen this. Is this a newer show?
2016, I think.
That's why I've seen this on where'd you watch it?
Crunchy.
Let's see. I've seen it on Crunchyroll for a long time. I remember seeing this thing,
It was really good.
but I never went for it. I never took the bait.
I gave it a like 8.5 out of 10. It's a really good one.
Fishing callback.
Fishing?
He said I never took the
No,
bait.
it reminded me of
That's good. That's good shit.
Anthony, you remember
That's good shit, Jay.
the
I
male-
like that.
You remember the male character from Hyoka? How he didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
That's what this first reminded me of. I forget his name.
Yeah, he was just late. He just didn't. Yeah.
He didn't
was
care
lazy,
about
didn't
anything.
care, didn't want to
really.
do anything.
That's Tanaka. Just
Tanaka
didn't give a
Kun's
shit.
listless. How many U-Hauls do you give this out of 10?
8.5.
No, keep in mind. Keep in mind. They are 26 mega haulers. 26-foot mega haulers.
8 26-foot super movers with a half of a trailer.
That doesn't really give me.
So
a
you
good
got 8. You got 8 trucks in a van.
Yeah, basically you get 8 trucks.
And
in
they
a
all-
van.
That's a pretty high ranking
They all
show.
come with the ramp, correct?
Is
The
this
ramp
out of-
attachment?
The
Is this
ramp's
out of 10
actually
super movers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the ramp is actually equipped into it.
The ramp
Yeah.
attachment.
but
Yeah.
not with the 10-foot
Did we
trucks.
bring it back?
No,
15
no.
is where they
Tank?
first.
You
It
ha-
depends what
I
they
think
gave
it
it
has
to
be
you
half
at.
or over.
No, it depends what they give it to you at.
They actually accept it no matter what gas it's at.
They just make you pay.
This is a good deal. No, they won't make you pay for this deal.
Oh, this
shit,
deal.
I'm in.
Okay, shit, dude.
This deal, they'll give you 8 26-foot super movers, and you don't have to pay for gas.
I'd
Well,
kill
just
to do
on
that.
just on the return.
Man, they are losing
Only on the
so much money.
I wonder what they're charging per mile.
79 cents.
Like 6.
100.
No.
You ever heard knocking?
That's okay.
That's just
Yeah.
the building being a building.
That's
Yeah.
just the mist.
I was going to bring a Ouija board today.
That's such a bad idea.
Live on the podcast, we
Or
hit
like
the
a
Ouija.
Ouija board. Brrr.
More like
I
weed
masturbate
board.
to pictures of cartoons.
Weed.
Well, I don't know when Luke has to dip, but before he does, we're gonna hit Kaya with these recommendations.
I want to point out I've never seen an anime.
That's
Oh,
totally
don't worry.
fine,
These
that's
are
fine.
top tier anime for you to watch. Really
Oh,
exciting.
okay.
Lots
Yeah,
of
okay.
adventure.
I get it. Okay.
I sense that this is some kind of bit, and you're going to recommend pornography to
No,
me.
it's
That's
not
against
pornography.
my religion.
You're going to get hooked with these.
We're not. Gonna,
Ooh.
Classy.
Fishing.
Yeah. Well, this is a fit. Well, I'm assuming I know what Luke's is.
This is a fishing podcast.
This is now the,
Today it is. You're damn right.
I'm gonna hit you with a fishing anime. All right.
Is that real?
It's
Yes.
real. It's
Yeah.
real.
and it's awesome.
It's called Diary of Our Days at the
I
Breakwater.
fucking love that show.
It is about 4 girls who join. Is it the fishing? One is blackmailed into joining the fishing club, but there's 4
the
girls.
after school fishing club.
Yeah, they're in the fishing club. And really what they do every day, every episode, is go out to the ocean and fish. And they teach you how to tie knots, put on certain hooks, how to catch certain fish, like
Which
what they
bait
look for.
works.
Yeah, what bait works for it. And then they catch the fish, they fillet them, and they eat them.
Do they show you how to fillet them?
They do.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like
Oh,
to
yes.
learn that.
They show.
Yes, they do.
Like it is like a start to finish how to catch, cook, and eat fish.
They also take you into the tackle shop to look for tackle.
to show you what kind of tackle to buy for which kind of fish.
That sounds kind of awesome. I ain't
It's
gonna lie.
fucking
Very,
rad.
very informative for the fishermen. It's all ocean fishing. There's they do, I think, go to the river one time.
Crawfish.
Yeah, they catch some crawfish in the river.
Damn.
But yeah, it's diverted to the breakwater.
I have a question, and I don't mean it to sound insensitive, but I have to know:
Yes.
is there a sex angle to this?
No,
there's
no,
no
not this
If you
one. Not
if you
this
get
one.
off to fishing, then yes.
Well, that might be a problem then.
No, there's actually like not any sexual
Okay.
in this show.
There's no sex in the show.
Yeah. If you want
There's some in the
sex-
city, but not in that show.
It's all over the city.
It's all over the city.
It-
In, around, on.
It is genuinely just a show where they fish.
That
That's
sounds kind of fun.
that's
I fucking love
it's just an anime.
Are we ever getting a season 2 of that?
No.
No,
I can't imagine that was very popular, that the sex angle.
it wasn't.
Did it not do well?
No, it was actually really popular, but
Was
they
it
just
really?
said they're not making a second season of it.
Damn it.
That's a
I'd
damn
murder a
shame.
man for it, but
I would too. That-
I'd murder you
The
for
show
it.
was so good.
Luke, what are you gonna hit Kyle with?
I'm ready.
Assuming I already know.
I'm going to hit Kyle with another fishing show
No,
called
there's
Slow
two?
Loop. Called Slow Loop, and it's
Okay.
about fly fishing.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So our main girl lost her father, and the other girl lost her mother.
I like where the sex angle's coming from.
So their parents got married, and now they're siblings that go out and fish and fly fish in streams and shit.
Is it wholesome? It sounds wholesome.
Yeah, it's very wholesome.
nice.
And in this show, when it comes to cooking the fish that they catch, they are extremely in depth.
About cooking.
They give you ingredients.
No shit.
They give you measurements on
Time
how to,
to
do it.
cook them.
Yeah,
See-
like preheat the oven and all that shit.
When I hear this, I picture like instead of an anime, I'm picturing like a 40-year-old guy in his garage with like a VHS type camcorder filming him.
Well, that's probably the people who animated the show.
And he's like, all right,
the characters
well,
not
we're
so
gonna put it
much.
in the oven
I mean-
at 400.
If you want horny cooking show, Food Wars does exist, where they eat food, orgasm, and their clothes rip off.
So there really is an anime for everything, isn't
Yeah,
there?
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
There was one about a mug making pottery.
That was fucking awful.
Like, this is just like a realm I've never.
That is true. You're very
You can just.
I'm very foreign to
Let's
you.
ask this. Do you have questions?
Could you think of like a weird topic that you wouldn't think would exist as a show that we might think that we might actually know
It's
exists?
actually a pretty good
Chances
bit.
are, the weirder he gets, the more likely it's going to be a show.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
You know, that's true.
I guess I don't have that. I just have one underlying question that you might not be able to answer, but it's a question I've always had about the genre. Is that
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Say that.
Hobby.
Why is there always a sex angle?
Honestly,
I mean-
not all the time.
Is that less common than I think it is?
Here's what
yes
I
and
will
no.
say.
It's middle ground depending on
There's
what you're
a
watching.
part two to this question also.
I think it depends. I think that perspective is that's a very outside perspective.
Well, yeah.
And I totally get how you see that.
I actually think I might have some kind of explanation. Like
Yeah.
genuinely.
Yeah, send it.
So like maybe it so a lot of the shows that are popular and known to people are these like popular shonen anime, like Naruto, Dragon Ball, shows like that, right?
Yeah.
In
Yu-Gi-Oh!
those-
or Pokemon.
Yeah.
which you
In
might have
those
seen.
shows, there's typically a sex angle tied into those shows. These like shonen type beat, like more popular anime.
Okay.
So maybe because the more popular shows have a sex angle, more people associate anime with having a sex angle.
Maybe.
Now,
Even
I'm
though
not
not
going
all
to
do.
deny that a lot of anime doesn't have a sex scene.
Well, I'll be
I'm
honest.
with
This isn't
Ford.
something I've ever researched.
But
I
if
could
we're-
be talking out of my ass. The sex angle could just not exist.
If we're
No, it
also being
does.
honest, a
Okay.
lot of the shows that have sex angles are shonen, which are
They kind of tie into each other.
which if you guys don't know, shonen is actually meant the genre shonen actually points towards like teenage boys, and then you have seinen, which are pointed towards like adult males,
And shoujo.
and shoujo, which are for girls and
Yeah, but there's,
shit like
there's
that.
different genres.
But like, there's
for it.
different genres. But the reason that you point out shonen so much is because they're made for horny teenage boys,
Damn right.
and that's
they are.
why there's almost always sex angles. Whereas like if you watch seinen shows, they're a lot less sexual
Okay.
for the most part. Like Chainsaw Man's a seinen, and there's no sex to that. It's actually all fucked up bad.
I'm trying to think
So
of.
Power or Kobeni are.
They're not like sexualized in the show. People sexualize them, but the show doesn't. Just
Yeah,
because people do doesn't mean it's
Well, I
in
don't know.
the show.
That's the only perspective I have. Is
did it with
just
Marge
the
Simpson.
art.
And Lois.
And Lois Griffin.
Dude, Family Guy.
But like that's how I see it. Is like where the sex angle comes from is because a lot of shonens are pointed towards horny teenage boys.
That makes sense.
So of course you're gonna get their attention by showing boobies.
Yeah.
I get my attention given by showing boobies, and I'm a grown ass man.
There's nothing I enjoy more than seeing a nice animated pair of yitties on my screen.
Kyle, what's your part 2 to this question?
All right, this one's going to be insensitive.
Let's go.
All right.
But the whole aspect of we're going to show you a 15-year-old high schooler, and she's going to get fucking railed. But it's okay, because she's the spirit of a 200-year-old dragon beast. The reason I ask is because this is like a bit I've had for a long time with Anthony. Anthony will tell me, like, yo, I'm watching this new anime, and I'll make a joke about it. Like I do, like, oh, yeah, how old's the girl? 15. Oh, is it a sex anime? Yeah. All right, how's that work? Oh, you know, it's because she's like a spirit demon from hell. And I swear, it seems like every time I ask him this, I get the same answer. It's always, yes, there's a sex angle. No, she's not of age. And yes, she's some kind of demon freak from the 5th dimension.
High key, that is that's a bit in like the anime community. Like if you get on animemes or good animemes, the better animemes, there'll occasionally be a post of like. So the one show that comes to my mind when this is brought up is we watched it over at Jay's house July 4th instead of going out. We've been
Played
watching.
Dance
Played
of
Dance of
Elementals.
Elementals.
There was
Eleven
a lolly.
Tailors.
You know what lolly is?
Oh, yeah.
So there was a
Very
lolly.
familiar.
Some would say over familiar.
There was a lolly.
Is that legal? Can I say? Is that a
Sure.
good joke? I
Yeah,
can make?
it's fine.
We're
don't
here
know.
for it.
Kyle, we said a lot of things.
No, we have a cat girl in a maid outfit.
Oh yeah, it's legal to fuck cat maids. It's not legal to fuck cat maid children.
Yeah.
Well, you could
Well,
just
the
play
cat
Cat
maid
Kapara
is what, 7?
in cat
Okay.
characters.
That's fun.
Anyway, this lolly is also a sword, like a legit piece of metal sword.
A weapon.
And she can also turn into a lolly. It doesn't make sense.
I don't know what you're
And
talking about.
she doesn't like wearing clothes.
But she wears
First
socks.
off, she's not naked. She has socks on, so she's not naked.
Okay.
She's just mostly naked.
But she's also a sword, so it's okay.
All right.
I mean, when I think of the
I-
funny angle, I think Senko.
Fuck.
She's a lolly, but she's a 2,000-year-old
Yeah.
box spirit.
That one's
Like,
that's
that's-
interesting because
It's not sexual.
No, not at all. But she looks more like a lolly, but not so much. But she acts like a mother.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like for people who are like lolicons, they're really confused. They're like, I don't know whether to
they
be
don't know
to
whether
do
to
with
get
Senko.
horny or not.
Yeah. They're like, well,
She looks young, sort
But
of,
she's treating me like her son.
and she's actually like 4,000 years old.
That's
in the
gotta be a
spirit.
fetish.
Do you guys remember?
Oh, it is.
Do you guys
Oh, it
remember
is.
in
Motherfucking,
I just realized what show it's from.
What is it?
And If Her Flag Breaks,
Oh,
do you guys
Jesus.
remember Granny?
Yeah.
No,
Alex just watched
no.
it.
Yeah, I do.
Do you realize that I have completely pushed? The only thing I remember is the robot android who was 15 and also a robot. That's all I remember.
You don't remember the yacht with wings and the Matrix with the flying?
I've
laser
chosen
shooting
to.
birds?
That's
Hold up. Did you say yacht with wings?
It's a
Yeah.
big boat with wings.
Is it alive?
yes.
It's
Well,
the final boss of the
Kyle,
Okay.
imagine
Angel boat.
imagine a Carnival cruise ship
Yeah.
with wings.
Oh, so a big fucking boat.
Yeah.
A literal boat with wings.
and it's
then-
called Angel Boat
And
and
there's
it shoots lasers and has a
and then
halo.
there's birdmen that appear and they
with
T-pose.
one eye.
yeah, they T-pose and they're Cyclops and they shoot lasers.
All right.
But that's after you enter the Matrix by taking the red pill.
That's after you enter the Matrix at the end of the Idol concert that you were in the middle of watching in the world.
Where you were
Froze.
just about to get incestual with your sister and then you wake up in the Matrix
After you watched the wet T-shirt contest that your sister was in.
and voted her as the winner.
That was at the school festival.
You see, you could just be like doing some crazy improv right
fucking
now,
wish we
and
were.
I
Dude,
have no idea.
I don't think we could make it up if we tried. I don't think we could make
We could
any
try.
of that up. We could try making up a plot, and it
All
probably
right.
already exists.
Here,
right,
let's work off what's in this room. This table's alive. It's a cat woman from 17 BC.
From when?
17 BC.
Rumble Garandol.
Right before Christ.
Okay.
And
I've already nailed it.
it's alive, and it has wings,
Okay.
and someone fucks it.
But it's her brother.
Who's a high school boy?
No, it's her cousin who
It's
lives out in the
Alex.
country, but he's here in the city.
And he's here to teach her how to play badminton.
He's here in
Because
the
his
city
parents
attending
died.
Akron U.
Yeah, I know. His parents died, and so he's coming here with his cousin to learn how to play badminton.
At
At
Akron,
Akron
U.
U.
Perfect.
He got a full-time scholarship on the badminton
But
team.
he doesn't realize he has the special ability that every time he touches another woman's racket, she falls madly in love with him.
Dude, this shit writes itself.
Kinda does.
We got to call up Dare to Dream and get this shit published.
Hey guys, banger of an idea.
Let's do an anime.
How does fucking tables sound?
The plot twist of the show is that the enemy girl he's going to try to make fall in love with him because he wants to win, but she's actually a man. So his power doesn't
how about
work.
This, dude? It's his dad, but she's dressed as a mom, but he's from the past, and he came to the present because he knew something was wrong.
This is all happening.
He had
in
to
17 BC.
he had to stop his badminton son because
From
in
from
bit-
opening the dimensional portal that lets the angel teleporting table into our universe after the badminton game is won, because if he does, a time portal will open where his dad from before his dad showed up
Is
there to
never
stop
born.
him was never born.
You guys lost me like 6
And
times.
he has to
I lost
learn how to
myself.
play badminton so well because the only way to save the universe is to beat the time god in a game of badminton.
Or how about, get this, all right? He's got the wrong table.
So now he's playing footsie with a 4-year-old.
And the show is just called Table for Two.
The table he thinks is his sister is just a regular table with a fleshlight glued to the bottom of it.
First off, that name's too small. It's Table for Two, the battle of time and space over badminton, while my dad is also my mom.
Oh, let's just add that time I got reincarnated as in front of that.
The time I got reincarnated as Table for Two, the battle of time gods versus my dad, who's now my mom.
Boom.
Hey Cone, this is totally random.
Why does it have a
Anime.
flashlight table?
It's his sister.
Wait, actually,
It's been his sister the whole time.
It always has been his sister.
That's season 2.
You never find out.
Just imagine it's fucking hot glued to the bottom. Like hanging like this. Like, not sideways, like just
And then, like, on a piece of paper, they show the scene of him writing Oni-chan on the paper and taping it to the table. He's like, that's my sister the whole time.
There's just a face carved into the table.
just a smiley face.
It's like a good Smile Company smiley face. There's no
And
fucking
he has to
detail.
suck the dragon out of her.
out of the one
Hey.
leg on the table.
Alex, what was your question?
This is a really it involves fish and what we were just talking about.
Flashlight.
Cone, do you think people have ever put a flashlight inside of a fish and then fucked the flashlight because
Alex.
they wanted to?
Alex,
Have you-
I've got news for you, brother.
No.
People have fucked the fish themselves.
I know, but I don't know. I'm
They want
not-
to be clean.
I'm not curious. I just had that pop into my head.
I'm going to go ahead and say yes. Because if there's a thing, man has fucked it.
If it exists, man has made fuck on it.
Yes.
True.
Especially some beans.
Especially
Coffee beans.
Men
other-
have made some fuck on
The
some
other
beans.
night, I was just sort of hungry,
This made me mad.
so I opened up a can of Bush's baked beans and just ate beans.
I saw
Good
I
shit.
saw the picture. I was like, why?
Good shit.
It was 10
Did you
o'clock
warm
at
them up?
night.
Yeah.
Did you just put the can on the stove, cowboy style?
No, I opened it and then I dumped them in a bowl and then microwaved
That's
the
too
bowl.
much work.
I
for
was
beans.
kind of angry. I'm not going to lie. I saw the picture. I was like, this motherfucker is just eating beans.
You should have done it cowboy style.
Yeah, cowboy style is the best
Yeah.
way.
Well, then
Hell
I
yeah.
had to go outside and make a fire and get a horse.
just
No,
put the
you just use the
can
stove.
on the stove.
You got to
That's not
open it
true.
first or it'll
Dude,
explode.
If I'm gonna do it cowboy style, I'm gonna do it cowboy style.
All right, now make this
Fair
an anime.
enough.
What's that?
Now make it an anime.
The beans are alive,
And they're also his daughter.
and also the princess.
And there's a flashlight glued to it.
There's a surprise inside of the
And there's a face carved into the side of the can.
and they need to play badminton.
The can's actually a sword.
In season 3, it writes itself. It really does.
You got a hit.
Yeah,
Why are you going back to badminton so much?
I don't know, man.
It's an essential
It's
plot.
the only kind of anime that I really want anymore.
It exists.
What?
There's a badminton anime.
What the fuck? What's it called?
I think that one's a pote.
What? The?
It's called badminton, but
There's ping
bad
pong.
and mitten are separated.
I know
'cause
there's
it's a
ping pong. We
bad
watched
mitten.
Scorching Ping Pong Girls.
We did.
There's just a lot of shit, man.
Really, anything you can think of, honestly.
All right, we gotta call it
Except
a beer
beach
break real
volleyball.
quick. We're about at our time
There's
limit.
no beach
No,
volleyball.
there's no
anime.
beach volleyball animes.
Alex is
Are you guys ready for a beer break? We gotta take one.
We'll be
All
right
take-
back.
Every fucking cut.
All right, unplug me.
So Luke transformed into a cat.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened. He was here,
Yeah.
then he just melted into that.
He's a stuffed animal now.
Just happened.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That was traumatizing.
a
incredibly.
little bit.
Give me the drink.
So yeah, we're gonna. So 2 months ago, I was in some kind of manic state, and so I decided I was gonna make moonshine because my uncle Kevin taught me how, and so I went out that night and bought all the supplies necessary. And so I don't know if you can read this. Zoom in on it if you can. It says "Dirty Uncle Jay's handcrafted shine."
Says Jay's drink.
Yeah.
Come on, come
Cone,
on.
Give me a live.
Pass it
review.
around too. I wanna
So yeah,
try
so
it.
that is it is 100 proof.
What'd you use to make this stuff?
A big liter of vodka, and I poured the entire thing in there.
No Everclear.
Well, okay, so the thing was...
Yeah, take us through the process.
Okay, so Everclear, for those of you that don't know, is illegal to buy in Ohio.
Yeah.
So I did this on a whim. I decided
Okay.
to do it in like one day, but that being said, my girlfriend her family's from West Virginia.
No shit.
And it's legal in West Virginia. And so the next time they go down there, I told them the next time you go down after the moonshine is done, if it's good, I want you to bring me back a couple things of Everclear, and I'm
Yeah.
going to make right proper batches. So this is 100 proof. This is about half the strength of what it'll be, but it tastes the same as my Uncle Kevin's.
I just want to preface my drink. I don't drink.
I know. Well, luckily this doesn't taste like alcohol.
Tastes like apple pie.
I kind of killed it, not going to lie. Like I kind of knocked it out
I'm
of the
scared.
fucking park.
I'm scared to try this.
It's very good.
I drank more in the last 2 months than I did all of last year. That taste test of sake we did.
Yeah.
That was the most I've drank in
Really?
the last couple of years. Yeah.
Cone, get
Wow.
a good drink out of that. Like it's not gonna fuck you up.
No, of course not.
Well, not like fuck you up, but it's not gonna.
Yeah,
taste
of
bad.
course.
It tastes great.
Holy shit.
There's alcohol, like a
That's
lot of
dangerous.
alcohol in
That's
that.
dangerous.
There's like a lot of alcohol in that.
I gotta.
That's scary.
Yeah.
So-
So it took me about 4 hours to make this batch.
That smells identical to apple pie.
I can't taste. I'll
That's
I'll
fucked.
drink a White Claw and I'll be like, this tastes like shit because you can taste the alcohol.
Where'd you get the? Can you just buy cinnamon sticks at the grocery
So
store?
I bought 2 things of cinnamon sticks for this.
Christ, man,
That's-
you did kill it. That's
Yeah, that's good
so
shit.
I kind of killed it.
I'm really happy I reserved a jar of that.
Sipping straight out
Yeah.
of the mason
One jar of that, man. I'm gonna get fucked on my ass.
Well,
I don't even
so
think it would take a jar.
I have 14
like half.
jars.
Maybe
14.
I have 14 jars of that. I sent one with Luke, and then one's here, so I got 12 jars that have yet to be opened.
It doesn't even have the warmth going
No.
down.
No,
you
I
get
mean,
from shooting vodka.
Dude, it tastes like apple pie and cider.
Isn't it?
there's
Yeah,
nothing
it-
that hurts going
Okay,
down.
so what it is a liter of vodka, a thing of apple juice, a thing of apple cider, a whole container of nutmeg,
Yeah.
a whole container of cinnamon powder, and then 14 cinnamon sticks in the stock pot, and then a cinnamon stick per jar to infuse more as it takes the 2 months to ferment and do that. For each jar, after it was done boiling, I had to let it cool, and then I strained each jar through a cheesecloth to get all
Hell
the
yeah.
particles out.
Mozzarella style.
So it's nice and clear. It's obviously cloudy, but there's not a lot floating around in there.
No.
Anything that is what broke off from that cinnamon stick in there.
Damn.
So now that I know this is good, I am planning on making another batch
With Everclear.
with Everclear, but I'm gonna make peach this time.
Ooh, dude, I would
Yeah.
mac on some peach.
My uncle taught me how to make peach too. he taught me how to make apple pie and peach, and the peach was fucked up too. Whenever we were at the gathering where he taught me how to do this, he's like, "Here, take this," and I just fucking was drinking it, and then I got to the bottom of the jar after we like passed it around. We were sitting around a fire. It was like fucking redneck as hell. We were just passing it in a circle, and it came back to me empty, and I was like, "Hey, Kevin, this is empty," and he was like, "No, it's not." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "The peach." And I was like,
so there's a peach.
There's a
slice in
half of
there.
a peach in there.
Yeah, you
And
gotta
so
eat
I
the
reached
peach.
in there and I ate it. It was just an alcohol peach.
Yeah.
It was fucking awesome.
That'd be
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah. They let me have it though because I've never had it, but they said typically we will fight over that peach.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonshine's like in the jar like that with the cinnamon stick. It's one of those drinks that make me feel like I'm in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Even though I'm at an airport in Canton, Ohio, surrounded by anime shit. Like I feel like I'm back with my kin.
You're
when
not
I drink
from
that.
there.
I have
Actually-
my roots go back there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like
wow.
a lot in Davis and Blackwater.
My
Old
roots
people.
go back to Lebanon.
Okay.
You are Lebanese, aren't you?
Yeah.
I found out I got my parents and my sister and my other brother those Ancestry DNA
Why didn't
kits.
you get one?
I mean, actually, I think there's an extra. My dad hasn't used it yet. I'm gonna make him. But my mom got hers back, and my sister did too. And I'm very. Well, I knew I was like Eastern European, but I'm like mostly Eastern European. Like probably
Czechoslovakia,
not
Polish.
like more East, like very Polish. Probably some Russian. Probably some like fucking Ukraine. Probably some Belarus. Like the hot
Damn.
pot of
Well,
shit, including Germany.
Wasn't Ukraine
Ireland,
not
Italy.
a country?
It was under the USSR.
Well, it was in like the 50s and
But
80s.
like that's still just like
that area.
it was like it was a satellite country of Russia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm a hodgepodge of shit. I'm also everything in like Western Europe.
Fuck yeah.
So they took like a pin drop and said dun, 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 and that's me, like the mutt.
The mutt.
I am a mutt.
Mutt.
I remember whenever I was in middle school and somebody would ask me, like, I don't know, like when somebody's like, "Oh, like, what's your ancestry?" Or, you know that, and kids used to
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah.
I didn't know,
Yeah.
so I would just be like, "Fucking look at me, milk." That's what it is.
I'm
God.
milk.
Do
I'm a
you
man of
know
the
what
calcium.
you are? Do you have any idea?
Native American and like Scottish or Irish. I don't know which one. My dad did one of those tests, and
Oh, really?
we got a fuck ton of Native American back, and my dad asked his dad, he's like, "Hey, we got a lot of Native American in us, don't we?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, like my grandpa was like where his great grandpa, he's like, oh, he was like just straight Native American,
Huh.
like full blood."
I had no fucking
Yeah, I didn't
idea.
know.
And then
What?
so my my grandpa's dad, or my grandpa's grandpa. Fuck.
Someone a long time ago.
My
Yeah,
grandpa's
some chap.
dad's dad. So whatever that is to me was like full blood, followed by not full blood, and then so on and so forth, down to me.
Damn.
That's insane.
I want to get one of those ancestry things done, but it tells you about like potential diseases you're prone to and shit.
Yeah.
And frankly, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't think the one that I got from my parents had that. There's like the one I got. I think it was like $70 or something on
Yeah.
sale, and then there's like the premium. They can see like what your predisposition to. I didn't do that one.
Well, hey, when reverse aging comes around, they'll be
Yeah.
able to do it. You got a
Revert-
fucking problem?
Yeah, nurse, doctor.
I'm not gonna talk.
Talk.
What's reverse aging?
You haven't seen?
Oh,
those
reverse
articles on Reddit?
aging.
No. Are these meme articles?
No.
Like
No.
click on
Articles.
this and get your dick bigger, or
Those work, by the way.
You guys remember whenever
just like hot bitches in my area?
They are in Canton. Jeanette is 5.3 miles away, damn it.
I kept getting those ads, and it would always be them telling me to put something in my dick hole.
I like
Put a pretzel rod in your cock to grow it 5 inches. And
It'll
it's-
swallow the pretzel rod.
I mean, did you try it?
It's like a catheter, but a pretzel.
No,
How do you know it doesn't work?
because there's salt on it, Kyle.
Well, you suck the salt off.
I'm not gonna suck the salt off it and then put it in my dick hole.
Natural lubrication.
Look, if we're going to get into sounding, I could go on for a little bit.
I hate sounding so much.
So,
So much.
Speaking of like,
Sounding?
I thought that's what he was gonna say.
speaking
too.
of like nationality and heritage or whatever, I promise this will tie in. It's not going to sound like it at first. I started playing God of War
Ooh, okay.
recently, the new one.
Yeah.
New one. And I was like, I played God of War like 3,
Yeah.
one of the old ones, like a long time ago, back when Kratos was still angry.
He's not angry anymore.
He's really not. He's just sad.
The left got him.
They ran him for it. So I was like, I played one of the God of Wars a long time ago, and so for those of you that don't know, which I'm assuming most of you do, Kratos' skin is like stark pale white, and I was like, I knew it had something to do with ashes and, spoiler warning, his family dying, and ashes binding to his skin as a constant reminder of his dead family. I knew that, but I couldn't remember like why. And so today I got online and I was like, why is Kratos' skin so pale? And there was a article by, it was like IGN or something, and it was like, why Kratos from God of War is racist.
Okay.
Oh,
And I
alright.
was like, what? And
Why is he
they're-
racist?
And they were like, if you know about the region where Kratos was from, the people from there have an olive skin and he has pale skin.
Canceled.
And you know what's
Kratos
what's
canceled.
fucked? They're like, they whitewashed him. And I'm like, dude, if you watch the cutscene where his skin changes,
Yeah.
he's like a darker guy. Like
Yeah.
he's got like the almost like half African American skin. Like he's got the olive tone they're talking about.
Yep.
And then the ashes bind to him and he goes pale white. They just ignored that. They're like, he's
That
whitewashed.
shit, that shit don't
It's
matter.
racist.
But you know
It's
what? It
fucked.
worked. You clicked it.
Yeah.
I clicked it because I knew how fucking stupid it was. I was like, what is this? You
Yeah.
know? Some people are probably reading that like, yeah, we gotta cancel God
Damn
of War.
straight.
Yeah, God of War Ragnarok. Fuck that. More like God of War White Power. We gotta cancel it. Like, it's fucked.
It's gonna be a good game though, for real.
It's gonna be
It's
awesome.
gonna
I'm
be
not
really
even
good.
done
I
with
heard
God
that
of
new
War
one
right
was
now,
coming
but
out.
I'm not done with it yet.
It's so fucking
I
good,
fucking
dude.
love it.
I beat it a while ago.
Is that the one Matt played the shit out of?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Matt
rad.
Yeah,
played
Matt,
the fuck
Matt
out of,
fisted it real good.
God of War.
Didn't you 100% it?
I don't know.
Watch your
Anything
tone,
Matt plays
boy.
now, he just bends over and
good.
fucks.
Yeah, I know.
For a while.
Like Sekiro
Fisted.
demolished it.
Raw.
All
Fisted
of the Dark Souls. He hasn't
Raw.
played 2 yet though.
He hasn't
I know,
played
he
two.
He has not played 2.
I've been
Why?
texting him about it a lot, like Souls games and whatnot.
Yeah, he just bends him over.
Yeah.
Bad. Although, I think Cone, you just beat Elden Ring, didn't you?
I didn't just beat Elden Ring.
You got all the achievements.
Okay, if you
Platinum.
could, I'm sorry
Really?
to derail this
did.
train. Can we avoid any spoilers?
Yeah,
please?
of course.
I'm
Well,
not.
no
I'm not
spoiler.
done.
Yeah.
I just beat Moon Mommy.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Like it's
I
so
only have
good.
like 14 hours in the game right now
It's-
because I keep getting fucking distracted.
I think
with
it
other
breached
shit.
like top 5 of all time for
That's
me.
awesome.
It's the first Souls game I ever played.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most surprising part.
And
Like,
it's
you didn't
so-
play any of the Dark Souls.
It's 'cause
you would've loved them.
Bloodborne,
The exploration
Sekiro.
aspect I like a lot more than the like hard game. Haha.
DS1 had a great world to explore. Not gonna lie.
If it wasn't like 8-bit framey.
That's only in Blighttown.
I tried.
Get the
whole game is
remaster.
pretty-
I tried to play Dark Souls 1 the other
Really?
day. I hated it.
Remember,
Really?
you tried to
I
play
did
3
not
with
like
Matt
it.
and Josh, didn't you?
Yeah, I started 3 again earlier today. Actually.
What is so different from Elden Ring compared to
Elden Ring's big open world.
Open world.
Yeah,
You
get a
explore
horse,
the shit out of
get a
it.
map.
There is. I'm like I said. I only have like 14 hours in it right now, which is like heretical considering the amount of hours I have in the other Souls games. I feel like
Yeah.
I'm doing Elden Ring a disservice, but
You are.
there is
Should be
so
ashamed.
much fucking content. It is unreal. I can't walk like 5 feet without accidentally finding a boss.
I think it took me to get all the achievements. It took me like 140 or 150 hours. It took me 100 and I broke 100 before I beat it the first time. I know that. I don't know how many I had though.
It was like 120.
It was like like 120 or something like that.
I mean, the first 4 hours I fucking played that, I was just getting fisted by Mergit, the fell omen.
Yeah. The reason it took so long is I did all the stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't do any side quests, I don't think. Maybe 1 or 2.
I've done
Really?
a couple.
I did the ones Matt told me to do
Mm-hmm.
for cool stuff.
I wasn't like consistently getting fisted by him for 4 hours. I like would go fight him, get annoyed, go
Yeah.
off, do something else, and then come back.
See, that's the beauty of it. You
And
can do
eventually-
that.
Yeah. And
And like
eventually it
the
worked.
Dark Souls games, I don't really think you have that option
don't.
at all.
I mean, like,
You'd have to like farm to get up to level if you really want to. make it more of a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those games like more encourage you to just like
Try again.
just try again and
Yeah.
like learn. Like
Yeah, Elden Ring is definitely much more newcomer friendly.
A lot.
I hear from a lot of people that it's the hardest of the games.
I
though,
agree, 100%.
Which I found
100%.
really strange because I did a lot of shit. Like I prepped before I went to any boss. And I had very little issue.
I'm using like old Souls logic where I just keep banging my head against a boss until it dies.
Yeah.
Which is just how I've been approaching everything in this game up to this point. And like it is nice to have the option like, oh, I'm pissed off, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Bang my head against something else until that works. But like I think it is a lot more new player friendly because there's like so many like bosses
Yeah.
you can go fight.
There's a ton.
Like just like they're not like super impressive or anything, but they are bosses and they
Yeah.
give you a good amount of runes and you can level up and like learn how to play.
Yeah.
I think another reason people think it's so hard is that this is probably the fastest paced like Soul style game apart from like Sekiro or Bloodborne.
Is it?
I think so.
Like movement wise?
Yeah, all the bosses are like
Yeah, they all have
Attacking a
like
lot.
6 hit attack
they're
combos.
fast.
It looks like too the movement of
They
the
are
game is
fast.
just more. I mean, comparatively to say Dark Souls 1, it's just more fluid and lighter
I think that's why I didn't like Dark Souls 1.
because it's heavy.
You
Dark
get
Souls, it
used
is
to
heavy,
like
it's
the
funky.
quality of life shit. And then when they take away your jump button, it just feels very limiting.
That's right, you can't
The
jump.
reason I love Dark Souls 1 so much is because how heavy you felt. I fucking loved feeling like big and cumbersome.
The reason I stopped playing it is because it felt a lot more, and this is what I was talking to Matt about when I was shitting on Elden Ring before it came out. It feels a lot more like our game's hard because fuck you, it's Dark Souls. And enemy placement and shit, like they'll have dudes like on top of the steps throw some shit at you that'll kill you that you just can't see. And
Or
you're
like
just
beh- or
supposed to
like-
be like, oh yeah, that's up there, I know that now. And like I get it's more repetition based, I guess. But at the same time, it's not very fun.
I kinda,
And
okay, no, I,
the fact that you swing your shit and hit a wall damn near every
I
time.
hate that. I will say
Oh,
that
yeah.
annoys
That
the fuck out of
pisses
me.
me off.
That always pissed me
So
the fuck off.
I think my counter argument to that would be I think it encouraged you to approach every situation less like this is a video game and more like how you would approach it in a real situation like that. Like you wouldn't just run in haphazardly and get yourself killed. You would like look at it, and, like figure out what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, and then like carefully approach it.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what that game encouraged more until like then you know where everything is and now
Right.
you can run through like every area without fighting a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm playing. I started 3. I'm like 2 hours in. I like 3 a lot.
Elden Ring's movement and shit feels a lot closer to 3.
That's
than
what I
any
thought
other
too. It's
game. Yeah.
3 is light.
It seemed like with every
It is
like
light.
progression of the game from 1, 2, 3 to Elden
Got
Ring, it
lighter.
just got more fluid and lighter.
I agree, and that's I'm like the reverse of most people. Like I disliked 3, kinda.
You did shit on it. a
I
lot.
didn't hate, like I'm not gonna like I had a good
Comparatively to Dark Souls.
like I had a really good time with 3. I played through that entire game with Andy. Like we played through it. Like I played through it solo once, and then I played through the entire thing, start to finish. We did co-op together, just me and Andy, and I had a fucking blast with it.
That's good shit.
It
That's
was awesome.
That's what Matt tried to get me to do, but I
It
didn't
was
like
awesome. Like I had a great time. Like because that was the first Souls game Andy ever played. I had played 1 and 2, and he hadn't, and so I was like, "Do you want to play through 3 together?" Because he had bought it. Because he was like, "Oh, I heard hype."
it. Yeah.
And it was just a lot of fun to do that. But then I did have some issues with it. Like I felt like it was a lot easier. It was a lot easier, like, and that kind of it didn't bother me. Like
Yeah.
I don't play Dark Souls. Like oh, it's hard. I enjoy the world and the story
Right.
and shit like that. But I think Elden Ring, like I have pretty much nothing but praise for this
It's
game.
so good,
Dark-
dude.
even though it does have the movement system from 3, which was something that initially I didn't like in Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
It just works so well in Elden Ring. Like there's
I don't have
so
any of the
fucking
like comparison knowledge. I just know Elden
Yeah.
Ring was damn good.
it's phenomenal.
Like, oh my god, it's
I
good.
mean,
It's one of
that-
those games I wish I could like play again for the first time.
I mean, that's also kind of shows how good of a game Elden Ring is when it can bring someone who previously was not very familiar nor liked the Souls games as a whole,
Yeah.
and just make a phenomenal game for everyone to enjoy.
But it's interesting. The way I got into Elden Ring was Matt was annoyed that he didn't get an invite to play the network test, right? Because Matt was like next level hype for this game, and I thought he's definitely going to be disappointed. And he wasn't. And so what I did is I did a little hacky hack to my PS4 so I could put the network test on it and send Matt a video of me playing the network test to just kind of say, fuck you, I'm playing this game you're hyped for. And then I ended up really liking the network test.
So big fuck you turned into this is an amazing game.
Yeah.
That's my top
Such
5.
a dick move and so funny at the same time.
That is a big dick move. that's a big dick move and a big dick move.
You're an asshole, but cheers. That was pretty fucking.
It
good.
worked.
I bet it did. Yeah, I can't think of like anything about that game that I really haven't. That's been like something I was like, ugh, you know.
Rats.
That's every soul.
I died more times to rats than most enemies in that game.
The
It's
rats-
embarrassing.
The rats in Elden Ring behave exactly like the rats.
Oh yeah, no. When
in
I
all the
played
other
Dark Souls
games.
1, I was like, oh
Yeah.
look, it's the
Fuck
rats
those
I
rats,
hate.
dude.
Yeah, I'm so fucking used to the rats that I'm just like, oh cool, I know exactly what they're gonna do.
Yep.
That attack every time. Mm-hmm. So they're annoying as fuck. It is just a Souls game, open world.
It is.
It's fucking great.
Yeah.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that.
I got I played it. I had it preloaded for launch day, and I beat Misbegotten Lionel Misbegotten.
Dude, I beat the game in 2 weeks. It all blurs into one
When I
massive game.
When I beat it, it was a 4.2% of players had beat it. And
Damn.
I was like, oh, that's awesome. And I look back, and it's like 60.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
I thought the same thing. The achievement rates for the game are kind of high.
Yeah.
Like when I beat like the second boss, like the space woman.
Space Mommy.
Yeah. It was like 40-some% beat her, and it was like, damn, that's kind of impressive.
She made me sweat a little.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like bosses that use range, and she
Okay.
pretty exclusively uses range.
That's what I did my first playthrough. I did range.
What did you play?
Faith.
My guy. Man after my own heart.
It was good.
So in Dark Souls 3, the strongest single attack you can do in the game is with a miracle. And I made an entire build completely based around using that to one-shot bosses.
Hell yeah.
And I did it like a fuck ton. There was an item you would whip yourself to get yourself to low health. Then that boosted your miracles. Then you would put Red Tearstone Ring on, which would boost in general all your damage. Get this fucking super powered charm. Do a bunch of fucking buffing. Walk in, and there's a spell called Sunlight Spear. And if you can hit it by just throwing it, but if you hit it when you're standing right next to the enemy, you get the hit from the tip of the spear charging up, and then the second hit from the throw. And so
no
you hit
shit.
them twice with one attack, so you can one-shot bosses.
That's
with it.
good
It's
stuff.
fucking awesome.
How are,
to remember
how are
that.
the achievements in Elden Ring? Because typically when I think of a game and achievements, it's more so like special things that you need to do in order to get all the achievements. Whereas I now know 2 people who have all the achievements for that game.
They're not all that crazy.
Is it like
It's just
you play
like-
through the game and you get them as you go?
Pretty much. They weren't. It took me. I did them all in 3 playthroughs. Not full playthroughs, like
Just-
New Game Plus
yeah.
type thing. We just go boss to boss to boss.
Okay,
Yeah.
pretty poggers.
It was good. And then Steam decided it wasn't going to give me one of them that I earned.
So
Damn it.
do it again?
No.
Did you contact
Gabe.
No, I
no?
did some shit where you put all your stuff down and then pick it back up and it triggers it somehow.
Fuck you, Gabe. That's for you.
Yeah,
Speaking
fuck
of-
you,
speaking
Gabe.
Of Steam and Gabe and Newell, you got a Steam Deck pre-order, didn't you?
I didn't like pay it off. I just put in the reservations.
you're getting
to get
one.
That's gonna be fucking.
I saw something today that said the Steam Deck will run Elden Ring better than like a $5,000 gaming.
Yeah,
PC.
some shit about the game running better on Linux or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. Are you playing it on Xbox or PC?
PC.
If you go in and change the file name and turn the anti-cheat or disable the anti-cheat, you'll be offline, but the game runs a hell of a lot smoother.
Okay.
Like a hell of a lot smoother.
I don't have a problem running it. Truly. It
Oh, really?
runs like
Oh, okay. Okay.
No.
I don't know.
Don't you have like a 3060?
Nice,
got a
nice little humble
3060.
brag there, Jay.
Yeah.
Dude, he's got a 3060.
3060 Ti.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
like,
yeah,
what
the
the fuck,
TI.
man?
Don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. He's got the TI.
Fucking twisted.
Meanwhile, I'm over here with my 1063 gigabyte.
I'm with like a 480.
You got the RX 480, all right?
Yeah.
That's good shit.
Yeah,
Well, it was.
It's not.
So yeah, it was. And
It's the equivalent of a 1060, I think.
Mine's the cheap 1060.
You get the same speeds, you just don't got the VRAM.
Whatever. I'm lacking. I'm like years behind.
Just get a 3090.
Let me drop $2,500
Yeah.
real quick.
I wish that those things weren't $2,500.
Yeah.
I got my 3060 for 600 bucks.
Is that cheap? I don't
Yeah.
know what the
On
prices of these
Part
things
Picker,
are
like,
anymore.
When he bought his, it was probably like 2-3 months ago, something like that.
it was over New Year's.
We went to go buy it, and at that time, GPU prices were like sky fucking high.
Yeah.
Right now, you can pick up a 3070 for like 700 around that. They're going
I
down.
thought they were just under 1,000.
No, that's probably the 3080 Ti getting in that range. But the 3060 Ti around that time was probably like $900.
Yeah, there was a point where I have a 1080 in my computer, and there was a point where those were selling for like $800.
I remember when you had your 1080.
I could have sold my computer like 4 years after I got it and made profit.
That's fucked.
That is fucked. Didn't Nate Cobb? He has a 3080, doesn't he?
He's got
Yeah.
just like a
does
hellraiser
have
of
a
a beast.
3080 because
Got
I
a
remember
great
I sent him
deal.
a picture. He was like, I told him I got a PC. He was like, oh shit, send a pic. And I was like, okay. And I sent him a pic. He's like, hey yo, what card is that? I told him. And I was
Thinking
like,
you're all high and
No,
mighty.
Yeah, he's got the TI, everybody.
No, I didn't. Fuck off. Like I didn't. Like Brad, he was like, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a 3060 Ti. He's like, oh shit, check this out. And I was like, fuck.
Puts his nuts in the picture. He said he just because he knows
Like
he's
he
superior.
might as well have just dragged his dick across it because it felt like that's what he wanted to do.
Damn right, I would too.
I
I remember when
know
I
I
got
would.
mine in 2017. I would have done that. I
You
was
were
like,
hot
yo,
shit
check
then.
this shit out.
Dude,
I
the
remember when you
fucking
bought it.
size of the 3060.
huge.
It's
Massive.
this big, dog.
Yeah, they're
it's
big.
huge.
Well, you know, my 1080's water cooled.
You
Bro,
know,
I don't even think the fans on my 1060 work.
you know my Aurora.
That's bad,
R3
Anthony.
I know. I don't
algae.
think they ever did.
Really?
Never.
That-
I've never seen them move on the card.
Hey, you talk about having shit FPS, dog. Your shit's
No,
roasted.
my shit runs fine. Like
No.
Yeah.
Anthony, you said you couldn't run Far Cry 5.
No,
Your shit is
here's-
boiling on
I
there.
showed, you know, funny thing, I actually did have it installed. And when Matt was over, last
and-
time you guys were over.
I'm just saying, speed this up. We get like probably 2 minutes of camera time.
Okay, I'll get this. When last time you guys were over, before you stopped over, I was looking through my Steam and it was installed. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna show Matt, and then when Kyle gets here, I'll show him. I show Matt, and Matt's like, this runs fine. I was like, what do you mean? And it was
So you're just a
it was
prick.
like that. So then Matt was like, you better not show Kyle this. He will get very angry with you.
No, is that why you told me it wasn't installed?
Yeah.
You asshole.
Yeah.
It's because it runs shitty.
No, I hated the gameplay, and I guess
I hated Far Cry 5.
Really? I played a
hated
co-op with Josh the whole way through. We had a good time.
I tried so hard. 'cause
If
I
I
like
played it by
4.
myself, I don't.
I just hated it.
When we come back, we're coming back from break, right? This isn't the end.
We can do
It
one.
doesn't have to.
We can do one more.
We gotta
Yeah.
change the subject.
All right, we're gonna take a beer break real quick. We gotta check the cameras, so we'll catch you after that.
right back.
You guys want to hear what everyone? This is boomer talk for when any woman comes by. All right.
I like where this is going.
So, picture yourself in a shop, you know, working away, and someone from the front office comes back to, I don't know, maybe do inventory, ask you if you need any supplies. All the boomers around, ages probably 30 and up, 30 and up. They see her, they walk up to her, and they go, "Oh, here comes trouble." That's what they say every time.
To a girl?
Every time. So, next time you're in that position, you say, "Oh, here comes trouble."
Okay.
Knock 'em
And to completely
Just
get
ignore
rid
it.
of that,
I hate
I have a story, actually, that I'd like to tell. I've been getting spam calls from various numbers, and today I answered it.
Whoa.
And I blocked a number earlier today because my phone has like the block thing when the call comes in. So I block a number. I get a call an hour later, and I answer it because I was talking to Josh. I was like, oh, let's see who this is. Funny, huh? And I answer it, and weird piano music plays. Like ominous, slow, like piano music that sounds kind of like rigid. Think like 50s radio. It's got like the cracks.
Oh yeah, like AM radio.
It had that shit going
Yeah.
on, and it was like a couple notes, and then the call dropped. And I look, and the number was the same number as the one I blocked, but the last number was like one number up.
Ooh.
You're on a list. Not a good one.
Yeah.
You have to keep track. See what, because they'll probably call. I'm assuming pretty soon again.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that, but
Ooh.
That's
Yeah.
weird. I've never had that. I mean, usually when that happens, it's your student loans or your car
yeah, usually
warranty.
it's someone asking to speak with Palmer, and I do some funny bit. I'll like yell or be like, "Palmer died," and then I'll hang up. But this was just weird, creepy piano music for like 10, 15 seconds, and then it hung up.
It was that long? I
Yeah.
thought it was like 2 seconds.
Well, because I was talking, or I wasn't talking to them. I was talking to Josh, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Did he hear it?
No. But yeah,
You know what you should do? So remember that story you told us earlier this week?
me.
Yeah, you're at work.
Oh, we don't
Do-
gotta
do
talk.
it in
We
your-
don't
Do it in your
gotta.
bit.
We don't gotta talk
We
about
gotta
that.
talk about it.
I
don't think
want to
we-
hear. I want to hear what voices you were doing.
I was so afraid you would ask me to
So
do
let's
that.
can we
I
just get
put
a
it in my
recap?
notes. I put it in my notes.
Can we just get a recap?
Okay. I'm not. Should I go and? Yeah, fuck it. It's gonna make me look fucking weird, but here I am, everybody. So I have this bit. I don't know where it came from. I can't explain it. Where I created a character that wants to see certain body parts of Marvel character Scarlet Witch,
Okay, can you
In the next
which body
Doctor Strange.
part would it be?
the funny ones.
Which one? Because you were really specific in your text.
The funny ones, Jay.
One that starts with an L.
You really got to call me out, man.
You go ahead. Which body part of Scarlet
I
Witch?
thought we were past this, Jay.
Will this get us
No,
banned?
it's
That's
a
not gonna
fucking, it's an
get you banned.
anatomical term.
So he wants to see your fucking labia. Right? I don't know why. I really don't. This just
were
like
so
this
specific.
this thing has been building for weeks, and it annoys the shit out of Matt. And I've been, yeah. But I'm doing this voice, and I really don't want to do the voice. It's,
I really,
Do the
really
voice,
want to hear.
please, Tone.
I really don't want to do
bad.
the
Please,
voice.
Tone, please.
It's like kind of ableist though, and like I don't want to do. All right, fuck it. So the voice is kind of like this, and he goes, "What if in Doctor Strange 2 we get to see Scarlet Witch labia? Wouldn't that be cool?" That's the whole fucking bit. Like that's the whole thing. I'm sorry. I'm so
Isn't
sorry.
there singing involved?
No, there's no singing, but this character has a dad in the hospital who's dying. Or I guess it's this character in the hospital that's dying in the future, and he's talking to his son about how he needs his son to kill Kevin Feige with a gun because he never got to see what he wanted to see. And when he dies, I learned how to do like a proper diaphragm dying sound.
Go on.
You want me to make the sound?
Go on.
Alright, we're gonna push this away because it's loud. So, here. For reference, there's a guy in the bank where I work. I clean at night, and I thought I was alone.
Oh no.
I thought I was all alone. I wasn't. There was a guy in there, so I'm in the back practicing this voice, and I get to the death scene, and this is the sound he hears from the back. Just like that. For about 20 minutes.
You just kept doing it.
There was dialogue also.
What do you mean dialogue?
I was doing a little character working.
Like
I was-
what? Can we get an example, please?
Jesus Christ. All right. All right. So this is the character in the hospital talking to his son. Stephen. Come closer, Stephen. What is it, Dad? Stephen, I dedicated my life to seeing Scarlet Witch's labia. And I never got to do it, Stephen. I know, Dad. Stephen, I need you to do something. Anything, Dad. Kill Kevin Feige with the gun, Stephen. Kill him. Oh, I see death approaching. Oh, it's dark, Stephen. It's dark. He heard all of that for a long time. When I tell you that I wanted to curl up in a ball and die, you can't explain your way out of that. Like, you have to own it. You have to own that. There's nothing you can say.
I can't fucking breathe.
Did he come and check up?
No.
Oh, man,
He
that's
told
like
me, he
worse.
tried to tell me he was there, but I couldn't hear him. Probably because I was doing my dying old
So
man
you
voice.
talked with this guy.
Oh yeah. He had to interrupt me to tell me that he was there because I kept doing it when I left the back room. It kept going, and he had to like
What did you keep doing? Like,
that shit. I was like trying to perfect going from like the young voice to the old voice because it's kind of hard, and I was practicing, and he heard all of it.
So how'd this dialogue go with the banker?
He wasn't a banker. He was some guy working on a computer, some third-party guy. I
Some
checked.
IT bullshit.
I made sure he wasn't a bank employee because that could trace back, and he'd be like, "Yo, your cleaner was saying some fuck shit."
Trying to kill this guy with a gun.
Scarlet
Kevin
Witch's
Feige.
labia.
Yeah, and he wants to kill someone with a gun. But either way, he was like, "Hey, man." I'm like, there was like a 3-second moment of panic where I'm trying to figure out how I want to play this. Do I just pretend it didn't happen? Do I embrace it? Or do I run? I chose to embrace it. I was like, oh shit, man, I probably sound like a fucking maniac. And he was like, no, man, you're good, huh? And yeah, I proceeded to go back into the break room and just sit there and laugh for a little bit because I didn't know how else to react. And then I had to go back out and face him because I wasn't done with my work.
Oh, and that may be the funniest story I've heard in a long
Honestly,
fucking
that tops the.
Well,
I don't know. It's
can,
just good.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, sure.
Why are labia?
Well, he also wants to see She-Hulk give birth, but we won't get into that.
That's for next podcast.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What a
That
Do you
was-
have a
Beautiful
bit
times.
for that one, or is it the same?
Oh, it's the
character?
same. He just wants to see both.
Oh.
Steven.
Stephen.
Come closer, Steven.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bad day. It was a really
Hey,
bad
man.
day.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I
And
felt
then
like a maniac.
I sent you guys the video of him leaving.
Yeah.
I like gave a friendly wave and he just put his head down and kept walking.
He's like, dude, what the
It
fuck?
was really bad.
You need to kill Kevin Feige with a gun.
Kill him with a gun. Okay, Dad. Really bad shit.
So fucking
I'm so
hilarious,
glad I got
though.
to hear this.
Yeah,
I know.
So
that
glad I
was
got to
gold.
hear this.
That was
I knew
amazing.
you fuckers are gonna ask me to do that.
I have
voice.
it. I put it in my notes the day you sent that. I'm like, I have to fucking hear this. I want to hear the voices.
Yeah.
Oh, God, you are so fucking
Man, that
funny.
just-
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
It was bad, man.
Well,
Thank you so much.
thanks
for
for
that.
coming
That
on the
was an
podcast,
amazing
Cone.
gift.
Yeah, you know, you guys' publicist drives a hard bargain. She thought I was going to get out of bed for $5,000. I was like, make it 10 and maybe I'll show up. And she did. So thanks. I appreciate it.
Yeah, she's
yeah.
spending all that fucking money we could use on something else. not
Yep.
fucking you.
You know, she like asks us to pay her, and we don't get anything in return.
That's probably why she came in and turned Luke into that.
Yeah, she's a wizard.
He forgot to pay his share.
Yeah.
He is now Neil.
So that's the end of the podcast for you guys. As of today, the podcast setup will be drastically changed since Luke is indeed a cat.
Yeah.
He actually finally moved to Virginia, so he will not be living in Ohio anymore. So we give him our best regards as the Horniest Homies. And he will still be on the podcast like we mentioned a couple weeks ago. It's just the setup will be different. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Yeah. We're gonna have Cone on again too, because that was
Are we?
that was a lot of fun. Yeah, that was really fun.
that-
So
Okay. Well, thanks.
we're gonna.
You and Corporal are fighting very hard for -- guest in my eyes. And
Look at that.
Yeah.
You think that asshole's better than me?
think
I mean,
he
dude,
was a
we could
carny.
Get us
Let's
both
just
on. We'll have a
have
rap
Mohawks.
battle.
Yeah.
Rap battle.
Oh, that would be
Me and
fun.
Nate.
Oh my god.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well.
Well, Luke did want everyone to know that he does love Sencho.
Yeah.
That was his dying wish.
Yeah.
Right
For
before he turned into
this.
that.
So we will catch you guys on the next episode of the Hello Harem podcast. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Cone, for coming on.
Yeah, anytime. This
That
was a
story
lot of fun.
made me just about piss my pants.
I'm glad I got to come on before Luke went to Virginia.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Because I got sick last week and couldn't. So.
Yeah. So we will see you guys next week on your regularly scheduled program. Like I said, we will have Cone on again. For sure. That was fucking hilarious. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Share the podcast if you found anything interesting and or funny with a buddy. And we'll catch you guys next week. Any closing messages, anyone else?
Goodbye, Harem.